Hello, my gorgeous followers. I am here today because I have a very important and useful message for you that you need to hear right now. And it's about transformation, and it's about having your big desires and having the amazing, wonderful life, the expanded version of who you are currently. And the conditioning and the messages that I have seen kind of coming in over like decades is that in order for us to have something that we desire, we must earn it, okay? And that it requires us to suffer, and it requires us to lose, that loss could be part of the exchange for you having this, to having more happiness, more abundance, more success. And I'm here to tell you particularly that you need to know this month. And this message is coming from me personally, but I feel it's also coming from my guides, particularly Goddess Isis, that she wants you to know, because we really are we're being invited. We don't have to, we're being invited because we have a choice. We have, we have the choice to take on board this and give it a go and see how it's working out for you. And if it's not for you, then you can disregard it. But I would love actually to have kind of some conversation about this. So I'd love to hear your comments underneath this video around what your takeaways are and what your perspective is, okay? So what I personally know to be true is that to have transformation, we don't need to go through pain. The pain is a choice. That sometimes in the transformation there is discomfort, and the only reason that discomfort is there is because of our ego, and because we really are resisting what wants to unfold as human beings. And the conditioning I feel up to now and the old paradigm template was that pain, suffering, loss was part of having this amazing life, these amazing experiences of creating, of destruction as well, to have, to be worthy of living an abundant life. Well, I'm here to tell you that with the ancient divine feminine template that is now in place, that is no longer required. Okay, it is no longer required. But you can have what you desire, and you can grow and you can transform without pain. Now, there may be a bit of discomfort, but there's certainly not a need for loss. If you are choosing to surrender and let go and allow a beautiful synchronistic enhancement of what you've already got in your current life, okay? And this is about enhancement. And so I am inviting you to look to no longer be afraid of being bigger, of having more, of expanding into a wider version of who you are, of your energy, of being braver, knowing that on the other side of that, you are going to enhance what you have, and loss is not part of that, and neither is pain. And so I've kind of been very lucky because I've always known that. And there, any of the changes that I've experienced in my life have really not been painful. They have been definitely discomfort because I was breaking out. But I did not have to go through pain. And the reason that I did not go through pain was because I always plugged in to the highest consciousness, to my highest soul's identity. And I asked for this divine support so that I didn't actually have to go through pain. Okay. I really had miracles. I had assistance. I had support. I've had opportunities to come into my space, and I've had joy because I have always tuned in to what would bring me joy. Okay. And so I would invite you this month to really experiment with me on you saying goodbye to and I think maybe handing over that template to the divine and saying, I'm handing this over to you, the divine, the template of struggle, pain, suffering, hardship, loss. Thank you very much. Just hand that over with me now. And I am open to receive my divine right, my divine truth of ease, joy, magical transformation, synchronistic experiences, and a softer relationship with transformation. And this kind of reality requires you to be available for it. And I'll give you an example and deciding it. I'll give you an example of where I probably first really, really learned the importance of that. It was that when I found out I was having a baby, and I decided for me that I did not want to have an epidural. So I wanted to have like a natural birthing experience. And I said that pain is not going to be my choice and my reality during the birthing process. Okay. And I'm saying this analogy because I really feel that in any form of transformation, and in any of the transformation that has happened with the clients that I'm working with, and in the group that I have in Divinely Prosper, it has always required a rebirth, right? A rebirth of letting go, of releasing, because we're releasing a baby into the world. So we are releasing what we've currently identified ourselves as, and currently identifying what was possible for us. We were releasing that, and we are receiving into our arms like this beautiful baby, but we're receiving more of ourselves, of who we are on a soul level, which is the most magical, amazing, heart-opening experience to witness. And what I've realized actually is watching my clients that none of them really had pain. They had discomfort only up to the point where I was like, hold on a minute, where I was like holding them, putting their feet to the fire, saying, you can, if you want this to be painful and put your feet into that fire, that is your choice. But I am advising you, and I'm supporting you and holding you in this highest love and in this highest potency and energy, that you don't have to do that if you surrender with me into the divine alchemical power that is there for every one of us. And you will see that what you will receive actually is beautiful, golden energy and a release that will be just magical. And when they've done that, it's just been amazing. And so I have seen that, and I think probably that's where I get the most nourishment from my work, is because I really am seeing before my eyes, guiding people out of the pain and into the ease and into the joy. And it just unfolds. Sometimes the transformation is so subtle that they don't realize it's happened. And until I remind them and say, but actually they would say something that they've before identified, like, I don't have a strong, divine connection. And I was like, well, actually, did you not notice that you now do? That was the old you, but now you are hearing guidance, you're sensing, you've got your sensory system has heightened, and all the things that are coming in our work, you would not be able to see, sense, and receive this guidance unless you were that. And they were like, oh my God. So there was none of this, all singing and all dancing. It was a natural unfoldment. And I'm hearing as well in Divinely Prosper community that they're saying, oh my God, the transformation in here is so subtle, but so powerful. So I'm going to say that the transformation can be subtle and powerful in its subtlety. So I would like to invite you to see how that lands, that if you're willing to exchange the need to have this shamanic death, in exchange to have this as well, this, just the pain, the loss, the trauma, if you could say that actually I'm going to release that into the divine now, and I'm going to receive the new ancient divine feminine template, whereby you know your worth, where you have this divine connection. And that's actually what I'd invite you to do, that we are here to learn that when we live from our higher heart, which is our highest soul's identity, our highest soul's power, and plug in to that highest truth of highest consciousness, then we will only receive good. Okay. And then the other message I'd like to share with you is that why this is so, and what we probably were conditioned to control us up to now, is that, particularly in that whole Catholic, like living in Ireland, like the Catholic teaching has been that, Jesus suffered on the cross. We are sinners, and because he suffered, we've got to suffer. And I had this guidance over a year ago when I was walking by the sea. And what I got this image, and I heard that of the Sacred Heart, and I got this image and a message saying, because Jesus died on the cross, he did that for us, so we wouldn't have to suffer. So we don't have to suffer anymore, because we are liberated from that pain. We are liberated from that lack. And we now have the permission and the possibility to land into abundance, into enhancement, into softness, into joy. And from that place, we can transform in a beautiful, freer, enjoyable way. And so this is my message for you that I feel called to share with you. And I would love for you to let me know in the comments, what are your takeaways? What's your perspective? Because I think this is a very important conversation, because what I see is a lot of people are afraid to really go into deep transformation, because they're afraid of the loss, they're afraid of the unknown. And what I'm here to tell you is that when you come from transformation and from expansion and from huge abundance, in the possibility of this huge abundance that's there for every one of us, if we so choose, that there's nothing to fear when you come from that energy, and when you anchor into your guides and let them support you, and know that the divine always has your highest good in mind, and that the divine does not want you to suffer in any way, and that you as a human being just need to change the belief system and the psyche that pain is a given, but I'm here to tell you that pain is a choice. And so you can unchoose. And I would love you to, from this moment, take to just kind of lean back and lean into that energy and ask that energy about now, how would you move forward in a softer way? So I'm sending you so much love. I hope that's inspired you today, and I can't wait to hear what your perspective is so that we can enlighten each other. Sending you so much love. Mwah.